I don't normally cover the Nintendo Directs that are done a few times each year, but this last one perked up my ears thanks to a bit of Sega-related news. First, while announcing their new online service dubbed the Expansion Pack, Nintendo dropped some pretty cool news that Nintendo 64 games would soon be included. But while on that subject, we also learned that they were adding Sega Genesis titles as well. While we have had access to the Sega Genesis collection this generation, Nintendo showed off some interesting third-party games not on that release. In fact, not only did they show Musha, Castlevania Bloodlines, and Contra Hard Corps, they also showed some great first-party games like Phantasy Star 4 and Shinobi 3. It was also interesting to note that they intend to sell Sega Classics controllers for this service. At first I was disappointed to see that it was the older 3-button pad, but if you look at their Japanese website, you can see that there will be a 6-button pad available there, giving you some options to decide on. No price was given for the online expansion pack, but right now you get a load of NES and Super NES games for $20 a year. Nintendo did announce the price of the controller, which comes in at a hefty $50. They also used the terminology that these games would launch the new service in October and that more would be on the way soon after. This could end up being a great way to get some of that Genesis third-party library on the go, since we do not typically see them in Sega's various collection releases. Also announced was an update to the classic Super NES mixed genre action RPG Actraiser, now called Actraiser Renaissance. It sees a full-on graphical facelift as well as new gameplay content not present in the original. What caught my attention here is that industry veteran and Sega celebrity Yuzo Koshiro was involved in the music again. As many of you know, he did the soundtrack for the original and is back here with additions and remixes for our enjoyment. It's a bit pricey at $30, but Actraiser was a heck of a good time. With even more content and a modern look, this might just be worth playing again. You have to admire Nintendo for sticking with the Bayonetta franchise, and Part 3 has some new footage for you. The original was published by Sega before being picked up by Nintendo. It's developed by Platinum Games, who was also responsible for the awesome Vanquish for Sega a few years back. It's not slated to be released until next year, but it sure is nice to see the series alive after being announced all the way back in 2017. Finally, in non-Sega related news, Konami released Castlevania Advance Collection for the PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC yesterday. You get all 3 Game Boy Advance Castlevanias. That's Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow. As an added bonus, they are throwing in the Super Nintendo version of Dracula X, giving you 4 games for just $20. You get save states, rewind features, art and music collections, as well as the Japanese, North American, and European versions of each game. This is a huge release and I picked it up immediately. I hope it sells well so we can see a Nintendo DS collection sometime in the future. I'm Sega Lord X, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.